Greetings, folks! Okay, so here she is. This is the girl that I made that video about. So we had a little thought here. Talk about, what it was like for us when we first started talking. You know, because my immediate thought was like, I wonder if she's gonna like me. Is she gonna think I'm stupid? Am I being too weird? What am I gonna talk about with this person? Because we didn't really know each other's interests yet.
Mhm.
What did you think? What did you think?
I thought that, when we first started talking that um we had a lot of interests shared from the start. Like we clicked pretty much immediately. Like when he sent me that message, I was like, he seems pretty cool, so I'll give him a shot. It was his profile picture that kind of did it for me, with the guitar and all.
The Shreddy Shreds got a hold of her.
But and then we started talking, and after a couple of weeks I was like, I wonder if he's gonna ask me out or not. But he never did till 3 months, almost 4 months later.
Well, see, I didn't know if it was gonna go anywhere because I saw on your profile about the whole driving thing, and I was like,
Uh-huh.
well, dude, that when she finds out I don't drive, like, it's probably gonna make her just skedaddle away. And I ain't got time for this loser.
Well, I said within an hour of me.
Yeah, but I was like, what if she does want to meet? And then we just started talking about that.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so how are we gonna hook this up? Because I can't walk there.
Yeah.
I can't drive there. And I was like, I guess I'll have to tell her, and then see what kind
Yeah.
of reaction she has. And I was super nervous to
Yeah.
tell you that.
But no, it wasn't a big deal for me because I only said that about the distance because my car is kind of crappy right now. It needs some work. And I just didn't want to drive up to like 2 to 4 hours like some people were wanting me to do that I was talking to online. And I just wasn't willing to do that. But he only lives an hour from me, so that's not a big deal to me. That's sometimes where I live, within the county I live in, it can take you an hour to get to like one of the towns within the county.
It'll take you an hour to get to work sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just like,
But
bullshit.
when he told me that, he thought that was gonna make me run the opposite direction, but it didn't do that.
She thought I would too.
Yeah, because I have some mental health issues. Like he's talked about his ADHD. I have some depression, anxiety, a few other issues myself, and I've had a lot of guys go running in the opposite direction when I tell them, about the problems I had. But he's still here. He's embraced it. He's accepted me for who I am, and it's one of the things I really like about him.
That's the reason that, like, for me, like, she accepts this. The rocking a lot, talking a whole bunch about all kinds of random shit. The fact that I play guitar, she's so supportive in that.
Yeah,
Like, man.
he's really good. Like he's impressed me with his skill. He doesn't think he's that good,
No.
but from what I've heard, he's very talented and he's very passionate about his playing and wanting to improve and just get better and be like his idols.
Oh man, if I could, man, I'd be rich right now. But see, my girlfriend is cooler than everybody's girlfriend because she got me Satriani and Steve Vai tickets.
I did.
Dude, she told me that, and I wanted to jump up and down and run all around in here. But I thought that my parents would think someone's trying to kill me, or I'm having some sort of breakdown or something like that. So I just contained it. But I just keep thanking her for it.
Yeah.
And I can't stop talking about it. I'm playing their music for her, and she's like, I really don't care about Steve Vai.
Yeah, his stuff is not for me. It's a little too weird, but
A lot of people, yeah.
it's not for everybody, and I get that. And even if I end up not enjoying the concert as much as he does, I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for him.
Yeah.
Because, I'm very supportive of him and what he does.
I couldn't thank you enough for that. And she accepts the ADHD. She accepts that I don't drive. You know, she accepts that I play video games a lot sometimes. And what really clicked us big time for me, her favorite horror movie is Friday the 13th.
It is.
Can you get any better than that if you're like me? With, I don't know how many Jason figures sitting around here. I have a mask over there.
Yeah.
More masks in the closet up here. And I was just I sat here and I was thinking about it. And I was like, she is everything that I've been looking for. Like,
yeah,
seriously.
he's very real. He's very genuine. He's very open. And I like that because a lot of the guys that I've talked to or dated in the past just haven't been that way. They've been liars, cheaters. They've turned out to be jerks or just, not the best kind of guys. But he's probably the best guy I've dated in a long time.
I appreciate that. If I ever cheat on you, it's going to be with one of these. The guitar.
Yeah, both of us have like no life. And I think that's another thing that drew us together was, we're not people who like to go out and be in big crowds and, or go out and cheat on somebody.
Or party a lot.
Yeah.
We have parties here, sometimes, but they're more of just family get-togethers.
Yeah.
And I asked her to come up to the Halloween party that my parents wanted us to meet that way. Well, why don't you ask her to come? And so I did. And it all started that night.
And yeah, I was super nervous to come up here just because, my anxiety and I have panic attacks. And when he first asked me, I was like, maybe, because that was just in my head because, I had never met him before that. We had talked for like 3 months, 3.5 months, something like that.
Yeah.
And, to meet him and his family at the same time was a little daunting.
I thought it might be.
So,
I thought it might be. I was like, oh man, I hope this don't make her not want to come back.
But I was like, I'll give it a chance, and I'm surprised I didn't talk myself out of it like I do with a lot of stuff that I do.
But see, we kind of thought too, what you should look for when it comes to finding your person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's always, the biggest thing is honesty. Honesty is number one because I've been lied to and used and just all that crap so much in my life that, it really kind of messed with my head and it made me not trust people. And that's another thing that I liked about him is that he didn't want to rush into anything. Like, we started out just talking every day for months and just building that foundation, building a friendship. And then it wasn't until, probably, end of September, early October that we really started talking to, and,
about the relationship way.
Yeah.
Like, one thing you guys have to know, especially guys out here that are trying to get a girl online, don't hit them with the, hey, let's have sex at my house.
No, because that's going to drive them away. Especially, if you want a good, decent girl like me, that's going to drive someone like me away. I'm like, hell to the no.
If you message a girl, be enthusiastic about it. Make it seem like, I'm not trying to tell you a lie, don't lie. But if you see a girl on there, and it like me and her, hey man, she seems cool. I might try to talk to her. Don't hit her with the sex stuff. Don't hit her with, hey, I ain't got no job, but let's meet up and shit like that.
Yeah.
Because that puts in their head that they have to take care of you.
Yeah, and I'm not willing to do that unless, a relationship is 50-50.
Always.
Like, you can't just have it one way or the other because it's not going to work.
No.
You have to put the work into it.
Here's the cool thing for me and her. She lives an hour from me. I have a full-time job. I don't get off till 5:30 sometimes. And we don't see each other except for the weekends. And, in the next summertime, there might be a Saturday I have to work. I don't know. I never know. But the fact that she was cool enough to drive up here and hang out with me, and she's came back for the last 4 weekends now, almost.
Yeah.
That says a lot about
Yeah.
somebody.
We spent every weekend together since the last weekend of October.
Yeah. And it's been the greatest time of my life, personally.
And we just, we don't have to go out and do anything. We can just chill here and, he plays guitar for me or, I watch him play video games or, we listen to music.
She's turned me on to some really cool stuff that I didn't know was out there.
Yeah. And he's shown me some really good bands that, some of them are not my taste, but some of them are pretty cool and have really great sounds.
She's really took to Dream Theater, which for me is like, wow.
Yeah.
Because that music, for some people, it's like, what the hell? I don't get it. Am I listening to an album or am I watching some kind of movie? Because some of their shit is really long. But look for somebody that doesn't ask you what you do for a living, doesn't ask you how much money do you make, what kind of car do you drive, or see you dressed like this, all black, and be like, you shouldn't dress that way.
Because that's not the stuff that matters. It's what is in here.
Yes.
It's, are they a good person? Are they kind? Or, are they passionate about something? What drives them? Are they honest? Or, things along that line. Don't go based on, how they look or how, they dress or, what it is that they do.
Materialistic stuff does not matter either. Like, look at this dude. Like, let me tell you right now. I used to chase the Barbies. That's what I wanted. Like, I want me a girl that has, the banging body with the hip hugger jeans and shit like that. All you dudes out here that think that's the kind of girl you need, that you're completely wrong. And I don't give a damn.
That's another thing I liked about him, because, I'm a heavier set girl, and I've had, again, guys go running in the opposite direction, or, tell me that I'm too fat, or things like that. And I've always been very self-conscious about the way I look, and he tells me I'm pretty and beautiful all the time, and, I love stuff like that, and because it really helps my self-esteem, and even though there is still days where I don't see myself in the best light, he always sees me in the best light.
Yes. Things like, dude, all these people that say, I'm a skinny girl, so I need a skinny guy. Or I'm a bigger girl, so I need a bigger guy. You're so full of shit. You're so full of shit. Get over yourself. Because I used to be that way, and then I got my first heavyset girl, and it changed everything for me about how I look, what I look for. And her, she has changed everything for me. Like, my mindset is completely different than it was a year ago.
If I had to pick the most important quality in a person, I'd have to say, besides the trust and honesty, is the sense of humor. And he's got one of the best ones I've ever seen, or at least from the guys that I've dated. He's constantly making me smile and laugh, and he can just be his goofy self, and
I love that.
I'll burst out laughing, and we just accept each other for who we are, flaws and all.
I know one time I was playing Elden Ring, and she was over here on the bed playing on her phone. And that game, if you're not playing it and you're just watching, it's super boring sometimes. And I look over at her, and she's asleep. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to let her sleep. I'm going to sit, play my game. I turn the TV down so that it's not loud, so that she can get some rest. because we both struggle to sleep at night.
Yeah, it wasn't because I'm bored. It's because, I have severe insomnia. I always have. So naps are an important part of me, and I appreciate, that he isn't offended by me sleeping during his game.
Mm-mm. I don't mind at all because I'm sitting here doing something that's got me engaged where I'm not keeping you awake. And she'll hear me in here talking to myself when she goes to the bathroom or something, and she's told me, like, I think about who is he talking to in there? It's just the ADHD. I talk to
Yeah.
myself like a retard sometimes. Or I'll talk to my guitar as if it can hear me and stuff like that. But she's just accepted everything that's me.
Yeah, same for him. He's been so accepting and very understanding, and we haven't had any bad days yet, but every relationship, every couple is gonna end up eventually having those and having fights, and you know um some people will run away from that, but I think we've decided that we are gonna work through it
Mm-hmm.
when that eventually happens, because it's inevitable. I will admit that.
I'm sure I'm gonna do something that's gonna make her hit the roof one day. Or she could do something that's gonna make me mad. And if I get really pissed at somebody, I'll go outside or I'll come to the guitar, wait till I get calmed down, and then we go talk about it. That's always been my thing. And that's what you guys need to do out here. When you're having problems with your woman or your man, sit down and be like, what's the problem and how can we fix it?
Yeah.
Don't place blame on a bunch of stuff, especially each other, because that can make it worse.
And don't break up over small fights, or small things, because that's why I have had very successful relationships in the past, because I always found, like, after a few weeks, I always found, like, small little things about the person that annoyed me. And he hasn't showed me any yet. But I always got afraid and, didn't want to try and make the relationship work. So I would get out. And, that's why I just chose to stay single for years, because I knew how I was in relationships. And, I'm also got borderline personality disorder. And part of that is, getting too close to people, but then at the same time pushing them away and then having fear of abandonment. But he's been very accepting of, my issues. And if anything ever comes up, we're going to sit down and talk about it. Not, skedaddle or be like, this is it, and just, not try and make it work. But there's something very different here.
Yes, there definitely is for me and her. Like, I'm feeling things that I've never felt in my life.
Yeah, he's made me feel things that I haven't felt before. And some of the things, it's too early to say them, because we don't want to, again, push each other away. We're both willing to, take our time with this and just enjoy what we have a day at a time.
Yeah, don't ever rush anything, man. For me and her, it's all been natural.
Yeah.
It just naturally happened. I mean, I didn't try to impress her with my guitar playing. I didn't try to, talk myself up. Like I'm the greatest dude ever, We just talked like normal people talk. And it turned into this.
Yeah, I see this becoming something very amazing. Like, it's already become that, or starting to become that, but I see that we're both in this for the long haul.
Oh, I've been through it, man. I have been through some crazy shit with girls.
We both have had a lot of struggles in our past, and we keep saying that, the universe, had it out for us and never wanted us to be happy, but that the universe finally decided that after all the obstacles, all the chaos, all the, pain, suffering, whatever it is that we've been through, that it was time for us to find happiness, and we've really found that in each other.
I'm gonna quote Dream Theater on something here. So, before I talked to her, before I met her, let's just say that I was in the mindset of fuck it, I don't want a girlfriend because what are they gonna do? Are they gonna add to what's been done to me? Are they gonna try to use me for something? Or am I just gonna be that guy they come to when nobody else wants to hear it? You know? And then I started talking to her, and it was like a dramatic turn of events. It just everything turned around and switched. It was like the universe turned the light on.
Yeah.
And then that's crazy.
Like, we both believe everything happens for a reason, and there's a reason that we were brought together at the time that we were. And we may not know what that reason fully is yet.
We'll figure it out.
But like I said, we're not rushing it. We're just enjoying each other, and just taking our time with it and letting this develop naturally, not trying to force anything.
I love the fact that she lets me be me. I don't have to put up a front on her, which I've never done that anyways. But I can sit here and play my video games and play my guitar and do the stuff I do. And she gave me permission to make that YouTube video I made about her. But now we decided together to do this one.
Yeah, and since then, I was the one who wanted to keep everything off of social media.
I was kind of wheezy on that too.
Yeah, but then I don't know, something sparked me to just go ahead and put it out there to show people that I'm not ashamed of who I'm with, and that I'm proud to be with him, and I really like him, and these feelings that I have are very real.
Yeah.
And it's, like I said before, stuff that I've never felt before.
I'll tell you what this girl does for me that nobody else has ever done for me. When I wake up in the morning to go to work, there's a message on my phone. Hoping that I slept good. Hoping that I have a good day. And then she will call me in the mornings sometimes. And we'll talk before I go to work. And then throughout the day, those messages continue to make sure I'm having a good day. And I do it for her too.
Yeah. Because I've been struggling, some days this week. I won't go into details about it. But, but he's been very supportive and understanding. And, I've never really felt that with a guy before.
Oh, I have to be that way. Because I've been through so much sadness with depression and stuff that I know what it feels like, and I don't want anyone else to feel that. But you guys, you need to look for qualities, right?
Yeah.
And the qualities that I look for the most are honesty, personality, the sense of humor, and then loyalty is a big one for me too.
Yeah, because people these days they aren't loyal. They want to have their main squeeze, but then have something on the side too, or
yeah,
and that's not gonna work. And because I've been in a situation like that, and it doesn't work. No. When you try to bring somebody else into the relationship, it's 99% of the time it's gonna fail, and somebody's gonna get hurt.
I mean, like for me, like she came to the Halloween party, and we hung out in here for a little bit, but also knew I should be playing with the family band, like we usually do. And she would go out there and hang out with my mom while I was on the front porch playing guitar. And I told her, now that we are officially together, and if she comes for other parties we have, she keeps my phone while I'm playing.
But I won't be looking through it because I trust him.
Yeah. And then I told her, if somebody calls, answer the call and let me know what's up. If somebody messages me, let me know about it. Yeah. I mean, I've got nothing to hide, and you need to have that too.
Yeah, it's important to have that trust.
Just put it all out there, man. Don't hold anything back, because that's what I did, as scary as it was. I made sure that she knew stuff about me. Like, I don't drive, or, I have ADHD that can be quite annoying sometimes. Or I'm a guitar freak. Go check out my YouTube. And she actually went and watched the videos.
Yeah. I think, another thing that really connected us together was our love of music.
Yeah.
Like, that's what really got me interested in him, is when he told me to check out a couple of these bands. And I was like, this is the stuff I listen to. Or close to it.
Yeah. And there's songs that I hear that'll make me think about her.
Same.
Like, man, I've never had that with a woman. And I'll be at work, man, going through just the most ridiculously stressful day. And I'll just sit there and think about her for a few minutes. And then it's like reset, focus, and let's go again. On a different mental level.
Yeah, he's really improved my, outlook in life. He's given me hope. He's made me feel happier. He's just done a lot for me that I can't really put into words. And he knows that I have a hard time expressing how I feel. But, he's always saying that even though I may not say it all the time, I show it.
Yes, very much so. I mean, just those messages that you give me in the morning and throughout the day. Just to know that there's somebody out there that thinks you're important enough to check on every day, that can do wonders for your mental health.
Yeah, it's nice to have somebody that you can go to and talk to and just, know that they're there for you.
How long have we been going for? About 20 minutes? But man, I don't know. I thought Facebook dating was just a joke, really.
Yeah, I had been on there a couple of times before I met him, and each time I kind of gave up after a couple of weeks, and I was about to give up when, I started talking to him, because I was just getting really annoyed with the people on there, and I've tried other websites for dating, and it's just all the same. It's ridiculous trying to meet somebody these days. Like, even offline, it's, difficult to meet somebody that you're going to have so much in common with. And, that's what amazed me, is that we have so much in common.
Our sister has the same first name and middle name.
Yeah, it's freaky.
And I was like, wait, hold on, that couldn't possibly be real. Because what's the odds of that happening? That's like a 1 in a million chance.
Yeah.
And then I told her, if you come to the Halloween party to meet me, you're going to be around my family. It's not like you're meeting a stranger in some sketchy part of town. And you're going to be taken away somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was, that's always part of my fear in meeting somebody new, is, going to their house or meeting them for the first time and not knowing what to expect, or if, are they really like how they act online? Because I've had guys act really cool and nice online and then turn out to be, just looking for a hookup or something once I go meet them.
That's wrong, guys. Don't do that. I mean, okay, let's just be honest here. Sex is nice. It is. But when you see a girl that you're interested in like that, like you want a relationship with, don't throw that shit in there as soon as you talk to them. Because that can complicate things really fast.
Yeah. And if it's just all about sex, it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to become anything. It's, because there's not that connection there.
Yeah. Me and her had that somehow. We just connected like that, like the snap of a finger.
Yeah, not just, on the physical stuff, but in our mind and body and soul.
Yeah.
On every level, deep. And it makes, the whole relationship better.
And she'll tell me something like, I'll be watching John Petrucci play guitar, and it's like, I wonder how he's doing something like that. And she would tell me like, analyze it a little bit more.
Yeah, that's how you're gonna learn. Like, we're very supportive and accepting of each other. Like, we both have our quirks and flaws and stuff, but that's what makes a person who they are.
Yeah.
If we were all the same, then the world would be a very boring place.
Yeah, like, you have to accept the flaws and all because it comes with them. And, the more you accept that, the more the connection can form.
Yeah.
Because if you have someone that's depressed, but you're not, right? And they're in one of those depressive states where they don't care about nothing. I just want to lay in bed all day. And you throw at them like, why don't you get up and let's do something, I'm raring to go. Let's go fucking on some adventure somewhere. You don't understand how they're feeling in here.
Yeah.
You have to be like, okay, you don't want to do anything? That's cool. Whatever. I'll find me something to do. Like, I'll play a video game or something.
Yeah.
And just ride it out with them.
Yeah, don't try and change somebody because they're not how you want them to be.
Yeah.
Just accept them for who they are. And, it's going to make everything so much better.
We need more of that in this world.
We do. Because, I work with kids with special needs. And, sometimes, those kids aren't accepted for who they are. But, we're all unique in our own way. And we need to be accepting of everybody, no matter their disability, how they look, how they act, because you don't know what somebody's going through.
Yeah. I mean, even me, look at me. I got no hair up here, dude. I look like I could be a serial killer of some kind. And she was just all about wanting to know me. And I had kind of a fear that, after that first meeting we had, that maybe she won't come back. Because, my family can be absolutely nuts sometimes. And one of my aunts can be really questionable. Like, ask too many questions about stuff. But I was like, are you going to come back? And she was like, yeah, I'll come back.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was going to be the next weekend.
And it's been every weekend since.
Yeah. And now the holidays are coming up. I'm in a much better spirit for the holidays. Because all of that stuff in here that I was feeling a year ago has all been taken away.
Yeah.
Even though, there was a girl that I was crazy about. There was. And I got torn down to where I felt that tall. And that's what made me think, well, all girls are going to be that way towards me. I don't know how that got in my head, but it did. And it just bothered me. And I was like, I'm fucking done with it, dude. I told Josh, my buddy, he's like, I had a girl I'd like for you to meet. And I was like, well, maybe, dude, but I'm done with it, bro. I don't want it no more. And I told Matt the same thing. And then she also said at one point she was about to be done too.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just so ready to give up because all the attention I was getting was, guys looking for hookups or, just guys being jerks and it's like I've dated guys like that in the past and, I thought that's what I deserved.
Yeah.
But then I realized, during my time being single, I changed my priorities and be like, this is what I truly deserve. And, I don't ask for much. Like, I ask for honesty. I ask for acceptance. I ask for loyalty. I ask for, trust and understanding. Nothing out there, but it's like guys, some of these guys out there think that, I'm asking for too much.
No, it's not. And there's a lot of girls out there, man, that are just as bad as guys. I mean, seriously, a lot of them, you message them and they're like, what do you do for a living? How much money do you make? And you tell them, that's not enough to deserve me. And it's like, okay, so what should I do to change that, And they tell you got to make at least $50K a year. Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
Unless you're a doctor or a lawyer or something like that.
Yeah.
But I've never had somebody be as accepting of me as she is.
Yeah, and I've, outside my own family, I've never really felt, that acceptance, except, maybe from a couple of friends, but from a romantic partner, I've never really felt that acceptance because, like, I've had guys go running in the opposite direction when I tell them, what my mental issues are. I had one guy tell me, "Oh, that's too much to handle." Well, nobody asked you to handle it.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to handle it. I have to handle it, and you just need to be there to support me when I have bad days, because I'm on medication and I'm very stable right now, but there are still days where I have my moments where I have my bad days. And like earlier this week I told him I was feeling super lonely and depressed, and he was like, I will do anything to be there for you and help you get through this. And I've never really felt that with someone that I've been interested in romantically.
Yeah. I told her, I always tell her, whatever comes up for either one of us, like, we both have depression. If we're both going through it, we're riding it out together. If she's going through it, I'm riding it out with her. I'm not going to leave her here in my room and just be like, okay, be your sad self and just, get over it. You can't do that. You have to accept it. You have to go through it with them. Let them know that you're there. Because sometimes that could be all they got. Yeah. Or they might think that's all they have.
Yeah. And it's like, with, guys being like, oh, you're crazy. That's too much for me to handle. Well, it's like, okay then, just go away then. Nobody's asking you to handle it. Just, be accepting of it and be understanding that, there are going to be times where I'm going to have my moments, but, you work through that.
Yeah.
That's what brings you closer together. That's what makes you stronger. And, we both agreed that we don't believe in soulmates, but we believe that the universe brought us together, and then we have to make it work.
Yeah.
We have to put in the effort. We have to put in the time to make it work. Because, someone could be your soulmate, but, if you don't put in the effort and work and all that, then it's just going to fall apart. It can't just be, destiny and fate. Like, you have to work at your shit in life.
Yes. And also, like, you might see a girl online, and you might be like I was. I don't fucking want to. I don't care. I'll just hit her up for a hookup or something, Dude, like, if you really want somebody, and you really want to find that person, if you don't take that first step, what are you going to do? Wait for them to walk in your house? They're not going to come to you. You have to make that first move or take that first step.
Yeah.
Even if it is a simple message like it was for her. Hey, what's up? Yeah. Really enthusiastically. Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Because I was feeling particularly hyper and bubbly that day. And then that turned into 3.5 months of us just talking.
Yeah, and now it's been almost 4 months since we first met, and on the 29th it'll be 1 month since we made it official.
Yeah.
It's like it's awesome, and we still feel like we're in the honeymoon phase right now.
Yeah.
But eventually that's gonna wear off, and that's when you really have to start working at it to make it last.
Once the routine starts. Because it is a routine. Relationships can get very routine. But if you have that person that you feel in here is the other part of you, you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Like her, it's almost like we're the same person when I talk to her and we get into our music and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, it's me, except she's a female.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me feel so comfortable with her.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's been so long since I've found somebody that I can relate to so much.
What do you think about how my parents have accepted you?
I think it's amazing that his parents accepted me, like, from the first time that they met me, because from what he told me about his past girlfriends is that his family was not very accepting of them. But for them to embrace me, pretty much right out of the gate, I think, is an amazing thing. And he still has yet to meet my family, but it'll happen.
It'll happen.
It'll happen.
Like my mom let her take over the kitchen, man. The last weekend that she was here, and I told her, I was like, that lets you know how mom truly feels about you. Because if she lets you get in there and use all of her stuff to make food, you're doing okay.
It's important that the people in your life, like who you're with.
Yes.
Because those people are, the ones who have known you the longest, and if they feel like, that's not a good person, then, maybe you should listen to them, because, these are the people who are going to really know who you are and what you need. And
yeah.
So for them to be so accepting and of me is really awesome.
I mean, I talk to her about this stuff, and I sound like a broken record sometimes. But see, for her, it's like she can't express it most of the time, and I can, but I'm not very good with showing it sometimes.
So we balance that out.
Yeah.
For each other.
Yeah, because she can send me messages, and that lets me know that, hey, she really cares about me because she wants my well-being to be good. I mean, she doesn't care that, oh man, my guitar practice sucked today. She'd be like, yeah, but you'll get better,
Yeah.
But then
you had an off day, and just keep at it. And that's what I like about him, is that he's gonna do what he wants to do, and I'm gonna be here to support him.
But then when I'm working and going through a really bad day, or have some sort of mental bad day, she really helps with that. Because she also has depression, so she kind of knows how to channel that a little bit and help work through it. Because she can take my day from complete garbage all the way to the highest of highs.
And I feel like I can tell him anything. I've told him stuff that I've never told people, or I can tell him about the silly stuff we talk about at work, and it makes him laugh. And he always tells me that it makes his day better when he hears from me and hearing about my day. And so just those little small things is what makes the relationship work. That's what makes it important.
Most definitely.
Is the small things. So don't take those for granted.
And the one thing you have to know, like, okay, yeah, I'm a skinny dude. And like she said, she's a heavier set girl. A lot of guys say that's not attractive to me.
Yeah.
It might not be, but when you sit down with them and they start talking with you, and you get to experience like how they think and stuff, the mind and stuff is much more attractive.
Yeah.
Than the outer appearance of somebody.
Yeah. And I would never judge him for the way he looks, or.
And I wouldn't judge you either. Because she told me, I hope my size doesn't run you away, and I told her through text, no way. Like, no way. We've been talking for 3.5 months. You've been completely real with me. And so far, what you've told me, I have no reason to believe is fabricated in any way. And then I met her, and she was just like she was through text.
Yeah. Like, we've been so real with each other since the beginning. We haven't hid anything.
No. She knows things about me that most people don't know. And I really like that. And what we tell each other in here, it stays in here.
Yeah.
That's what the whole privacy thing on Facebook. We didn't want a lot of people knowing, because there's too many weirdos out there.
Yeah. And even though, we might, have put, we're in a relationship, and put a picture up there, that's all we've done. We haven't discussed, in details about how we met, or, how our relationship is going. Because social media can ruin a relationship if you put too much out there.
Yes, it can. It has ruined complete marriages. It has completely ruined those.
Keep your shit private.
Yeah, for real.
Like, because there's too many nosy people out there. And they don't need to know your business. Like, because it's just gonna ruin it. And like people who put their entire life on social media, most of them are just attention seeking.
Yeah. You might want to leave a lot of that to the imagination because
Yeah.
you never know who is lurking on your page.
Yeah.
Like I don't have my address on my page.
Mm-mm.
It just says I live in this part of Georgia. Because I don't want some creepy person showing up on my front porch.
No.
But yeah, it's amazing the things that she can make me feel. The way that she can bring me out of a funk I get into.
Yeah, and I appreciate, everything he does for me and the things that he tells me, and it just makes me feel like I'm special. And
you are.
Not in a conceited way, but that I'm important in that I matter to him.
Like she calls me on lunch break, and that just makes it so much better. And then she got me those tickets. Yeah, I mean, dude, like I have the coolest girlfriend anybody could ever ask for. And I know she might not enjoy it like I do when we get there, but she's there for me. She wants me to have this. And I was supposed to be going to see Ice Nine Kills with her Monday, but unfortunately I didn't get the week off for Thanksgiving at work, so
but
I'm not able
hear
to.
all about it.
But if there ever is a time that we can go together, we're there.
Yeah.
And then I paid her back in full with a little extra on those tickets.
And I didn't ask him to do that. Like, I feel uncomfortable.
Well, that's a lot of money.
Yeah,
and she didn't have to do it for me. So I thought, I'm going to compensate her a little bit on that.
And
because, man.
That's just what we do for each other is, we support each other. That's the big thing here is supporting one another in the relationship.
And she was just telling me the other day how, she wanted someone that had a full-time job that wouldn't be asking you for money. And then she spends all this money for us to go see Satriani and Steve Vai, and then I give it right back to her.
It wasn't as much as you think, but it was more than I had at the time. But, I really wanted to do it for him, as, because it's for his birthday in March. And, I want him to be able to see someone he's looked up to for years.
20 years or more?
So
I did get to meet Satriani once, and that was, wow. I couldn't even begin to explain how that made me feel. He's the most down-to-earth, cool dude you'll ever meet.
So I didn't mind doing that for him. And, that's just what you do sometimes. It's those little things that matter the most.
And here's what I think about it, see. Some girl could do that for a guy, Go get him concert tickets for hundreds of dollars, let's just say. And then the guy says, well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Well, that kind of drained my account a lot, But I did it for you. Well, that's too bad. I got my shit, so I'm happy. You can get your money how you want to. I've never thought that way. Like, if someone tells me I did this for you, but I ain't got that much left now, you're getting that back. And I did that for her because she was good enough to do this for me. And it makes me feel like the coolest guy in the world. And when we go down there, I'm going to drive her crazy on the way down and on the way back too. She said she might keep her earplugs in, just let me talk. I've about blown her ears out with Petrucci, Check out these Dream Theater songs. They're like 16 to 20 minutes long.
But, it's important to show interest in what they have interest in.
Yeah, I mean, she can show me stuff, too, that she's into, and I'll sit and listen to it. I might talk a little bit through it. I don't mean to do that. But the ADHD makes it where I have this thought, so let me tell you.
And he really, he's supportive of the stuff that I'm into, not just, music-wise either.
Like, you want to get that certification you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And I completely support her in doing that. And I know that she'll do it.
Yeah.
And I'm with her all the way. And when she does get it, and she can celebrate it, we're celebrating it together. Because that's awesome. It's just like her getting those tickets for me.
Yeah, so it's just, you know, it's important. The most important takeaway from this is just to be there for each other, to be supportive of each other in every aspect of the relationship, you know, in their interests and their dreams, their, you know,
Their needs.
their needs. And, you know, if they're having a bad day at work, you know, just be there to listen and help them through it. And just, you know, be supportive, be, you know, just be there for them.
And
And
ladies, I kind of want to give you a piece of advice. You don't do this, so you don't count here. But if you're talking to a guy on the phone and you're having a shitty day at work and you're telling him about it and he's good enough to listen to you, give you his input on what you're going through with it, and then he says, hey, well, this is happening to me, and then you immediately cut him off and keep talking about what you got going on, that will drive some dudes crazy. They will get really upset with you. She doesn't do that to me. I will listen to her day, what's going on with her day, and I can give her my input, and then I can tell her this is happening today, and I feel like shit. I don't know how I'm going to make it, and she will help me.
yeah,
She will give me any sort of advice that she can to help me get through that. And it really does make a huge difference. And I appreciate everything that you do for me.
Yeah. So we just, you know, wanted to put this out there and, you know, share our thoughts and feelings and opinions on, you know, what we think makes a relationship work and, you know, how it's brought us together. And so
I mean, happiest, what the hell? Happiness can be obtained by anyone. Talk right, video guy. By anybody, and everyone deserves it. And me and her, for me, that is proof that I do and she does. Because I thought I was low, dude. I felt lower than dirt before she came along.
yeah.
And I felt like, I'd been kicked around, drugged through the mud, and dropped from the top of forest trees and shit like that. And I was like, well, I guess this is where I am. Rock bottom. I don't know how I'm going to get out.
But, you know, your happiness is out there and you just have to be patient and it will come to you. You might have to do some work to find it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, if you just sit around and not do anything, then, you know, nothing good is ever going to happen for you. And you're just going to sit there and wallow and be miserable. And, you know, sometimes you just have to do the work.
Change your mindset a little bit.
Yeah.
Because the only thing holding you back, as Steve Vai would say, the only thing from holding you back is the way you're thinking.
But we hope you like this video.
Yeah.
And
I hope that this maybe helps people out.
Yeah, you took something away from it, and we didn't just ran on for too long.
Maybe? What's how long we got? 52 minutes?
Yeah.
I just wanted people to finally meet her, And I'll make more videos, I'm sure, talking about her. But now, my people here on YouTube can finally see the person that I'm talking about and kind of see how she makes everything better for me. I mean, even my videos are different since she's came in.
Yeah. So
like, I'm much more bubbly and energetic and happy. Instead of just, hey guys, here we go on the backing track, and I'll play it and like, thanks for watching. It's been great. And I can't thank her enough for all that she's done for me in this short time that we've known each other.
So,
and I think it's only going to get better from here.
Y'all take care and, you know, keep rocking out.
Yes. Guitar players out there, keep shredding it up every day. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed it.